that number one, white ice is colder than black ice.
Okay.
There's no such thing as black quality. Meaning, like, anytime you ever notice how a random person could come off the street and if they black and try to sell you something, or immediately it's just fake and it's bullshit. But we had a Chinese person could come to you with bootlegs and all you do is ask him how much. And you buy it. Okay. So once again, this is a psychosis, and this is a indoctrination that's been put inside of us to believe that we are forever lower quality than anybody on this planet. Therefore, any other race in existence can come into your neighborhood, set up shop, be prosperous, and therefore take that money back to their neighborhood, invest it back into their family, and continue the generations of wealth that they accumulate, while we continue the cycles of poorness, the cycles of poverty, complaints, and blah, 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 blah. Right. You see? So if we really want to change this, every time you see a white face in your neighborhood, question them.
Right.
Every time you see a white person wearing a cultural symbol or garment, question them. You see a white person wearing an ark, ask them if they know what it means. Ask them where it came from. Right. Ask them if they know and truly believe that the black man and black woman is the original beings of this planet. Do they acknowledge that? Do they truly know that? Because it's been proven by their own people. Right. This is not something that's coming out of my ass or that I'm speaking from a feeling or from some point of view of belief or ego. These are absolute facts that have been proven by them numerous times. Right. Now, it might not be publicly promoted, but you can look for the information, the research, and the accumulation of these facts, and they're right in your face. Okay. So instead of just looking at them and letting them walk by or not saying nothing or just going, hey, that's how it is. We got these cliche lines that we have adopted that sustain and cement our current condition. Hey, it is what it is. Oh, that's how it be. Hey, I'm hanging in there. Hey, we struggling. Oh, you know how they do. Motherfuckers, we got to step the fuck up and change our vocabularies, change our actions, and change our minds. And therefore, guaranteed, these people will disappear. Because if you notice, white people do not like feeling uncomfortable. They don't like that shit. And also, if you notice, we're always the first one to make them feel comfortable.
Okay.
We always the first one. Come on, brother, cut it out. There's a white man here.
Right.
We always the first one to try to bring comfort to them and make them feel okay. Right. But I ain't never seen a white person try to make you feel comfortable in their world.
Nah.
As a matter of fact, they're suspicious to why you're there. Yeah. And they're hoping you don't bring friends.
Right.
You see, and I know this for a fact because I go different places on purpose. I go to Main Street in Jewel where it's all Jewish. And they look at me like, I hope this nigga don't bring no friends. They give me this look like, please just let it be you and never see you again. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, there's a theater on Jewel Avenue in Main Street that I was going to frequently only because the motherfucking theater was $6.
Oh, wow.
And this is in a neighborhood that's not poor. But meanwhile, Jamaica Center, you paying $14 for a ticket. And ain't nothing but broke niggas around there.
Twice.
You understand what I'm saying? So how can I go to a neighborhood where everybody owns their house, everybody owns their business, everybody is prosperous in some sense of the word, and they actually construct a movie theater where everybody can afford to go? $6 a ticket? And let me tell you the funny part. I started going there so much. Eventually, now different people was coming. What did they do? They raised the price. You see what I'm saying? But when I go to certain places, I do one of two things. Okay. Depending on where I'm at and depending on the people that are there, I connect and create a network and a relationship. Okay. If I'm in an Arab, Spanish, African neighborhood, I make a relationship. Okay. When I went to that Jewish neighborhood, I accumulate information. How long this theater been here?
Right.
How long this shit been $6? Who owns this? Who blah, blah, blah. And guess what? They've been there since 1950 something.
Wow.
The damn thing been $6 forever. They never had to change it. You see what I'm saying? Until new people started to come that wasn't Jewish. Okay. So once again, I go, let's take it as in the aspect of New York City and Queens where we at. Now, Jewel Avenue is before Casino and Main Street. Now, that's more Chinese or Asian. So when you keep going down Main Street, eventually it turns all Asian. Right. Now let's go into that neighborhood. Look around you. What do you see? You see Ameri Asia, one Asian bank completely owned by Asians. Right, right. You see Eastern Western Connection, another Asian bank owned completely by Asian. Okay. You see Asian Bank, another bank, Asia Bank, another bank. They own 4 different completely independent banks right there in the center of their neighborhood. Okay. Completely independent. Now we already know the Jews got their own banks. I'm not even gonna talk about that. And you go there, what do you see back to back to back on their blocks? Grocery store, grocery store, grocery store, grocery store, grocery store. Yeah. When I go to their grocery stores, who's pulling up in the truck with giant barrels of fresh fish, fresh lobster? Oh, see, if you notice, they bring the shit on ice to us. Yeah. But when they get shit, it's alive. Okay, you don't get no fresher than that. Wow. So when you go, it's alive. Go there. I'm telling you, we gotta start coming together and making our own field trips with each other, and bringing each other to these neighborhoods to see the differences. I go in a Chinese market when I'm ready to get fish. They pull that motherfucker out the water barrel and chop the head off right there, wrap it up and give it to you. They pull a crab out crawling all over the place and give it to you. Okay. You know, these things are alive. They look for the most freshest source of what they eat and what they consume. But everything that comes into our neighborhood is always a second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th hand or imitation version. Then on top of that, when you go into their grocery stores, they have entire aisles dedicated to veganism. Wow. All the tofu is 99 cents. We gotta start taking trips to these places because when I first started my vegetarianism, blah, 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 whatever the hell you want to call it, I started out just like anybody converting. I wanted to get the fake meat and all that dumb shit. I'm not on that no more. I'm so far from that. But that's what I used to do to convert myself. So the first place, once I discovered that the Chinese was like the masters of this shit, I would go to their neighborhoods and man, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of this shit was great. It was delicious. Now we understand that unfortunately most tofu is made with soy. And as we should know, soy is not good for men because it has too much estrogen in it. You know? Stay grateful.
Yeah, I was gonna buy you at the shop.
Yes, sir. How far away are you?
I'm around the corner. I should be there in like 4 minutes.
All right, no problem. Yeah, but we gotta understand, man. We have to hold ourselves accountable, and then we also have to question the ones who come into our neighborhoods and question what their intentions are, and not only that, question what their knowledge is on who you are. Right. Question them in every way, shape, or form that you can. Okay. You see what I'm saying? That's the duty and the responsibility that we have. So anybody walking around talking black power, talking unity, talking melanin and all this dumb shit, and you let white people walk right past you and take everything away from you, you know, you're just spewing rhetoric and dumb shit. You're not really, as a matter of fact, you're a black parasite. Okay. You see, because you're behind the lines, you're in the backyard with me, but yet you're not picking up arms. You're not defending with me. You're just sitting there. You're taking up space. Okay. So this is why I walk around with shirts like this that got a goddamn KKK Klansman and a damn policeman on the same shirt. So when people look at it, they feel offended. They feel uncomfortable. Even black people, when you know what that does, that lets me sift out who are the real ones and who are the ones here to support this bullshit. Right. It makes people feel uncomfortable. When white people see what I wear and how I look, they get uncomfortable. Right. You see, they want to get away. They don't want me to ask too many questions. Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't even have to speak because of what I project. We must take the responsibility to constantly be embodying symbols that represent us, to constantly be projecting our indigenous cultures and mindsets outwards to other people. Cut out the wearing of the European. The only European shit I wear is only because a black person hasn't invented something that I could wear yet. And then on top of that, the European shit I do happen to wear, which you wouldn't guess unless you dug through my pants and tried to find the tag, comes from black people. Okay. I get my shit from Africans. I don't get my shit from a European store. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So once we start doing it, it goes right back to what we were talking about with that unity nonsense. Right. The first unification is within you and your God particle. Everything else is just jargon and rhetoric. Because once you know what you are and I know what I am, there is no such thing as unity. Our spark and activation of being the beings and divine beings and gods that we are automatically put us in the same alignment.
Right.
So this unity talk, what you're really saying is, I want people to agree with me. That's what you're saying. I want to get niggas to agree with what I like. Marcus Garvey, nigga. You like Marcus Garvey? I don't know who that is. Fuck you, nigga. You dead. You a Negro. You blah, blah, blah. What? I'm a Moor. I ain't black. That's an adjective. Are you black, nigga? Yeah, I'm a black man. Oh, you stupid. You dead. Get out of here. I'm Moorish.
Right.
This shit is ridiculous and it's nonsense.
Right.
And we have to understand that before all of that, before every title, before every flag, before every landmass, before every treaty that you signed with the fucking devil, okay, you were black. You came from primordial chaos. You own this whole planet. You are before this planet.
Right.
So when you put yourself in these tiny boxes, they love it. They love it because they know you're dividing yourself even more and you're not activating the godship and the divinity that is within you. Now I gotta cut them and go take care of my customer.